When I was put into foster care, it was devastating to be ripped away from all my family. I didn't get to see my aunts, uncles, cousins, and grandparents for many years. When you are young, you depend on your adults to give you a sense of security and home. Even if you have parents who aren't doing a good job at that, you still feel like they are. You still feel like they are your safe zone. You look at all the adults in your life for guidance in scary times. And being put in foster care is a very scary time. All of a sudden, you don't have any of the adults you trust around to look to. You have to trust these strangers and live in a strange home. Even though for a time I was still with my two sisters in a group home, I felt very alone. When I did get placed in a foster home, I got placed there without my siblings. I didn't get to see them much either. My foster family was so nice to me and tried to be understanding of what I was going through, but there was always a distance between us because I wasn't their family, and it was only temporary. It didn't matter how nice or accommodating they were, I always felt like a guest in their home. A lot of the time I felt like a number. There were Christmas parties for foster kids where you get a generic present for your age and gender. My foster mother would get me some gifts, but I didn't have a family environment, though. There weren't holiday dinners with your family and playing with cousins. You are always a guest at their family's house. My older sister had been going to Royal Family Kids Camp for many years, and I was super envious of her. I couldn't wait to go. Then came my year, when I was finally old enough to attend. I cannot put into words how grateful I am for your camp. Having aunts and uncles and grandparents was so nice. To have people to even call aunt and uncle or grandma and grandpa was such a blessing. You all made me feel so special and cared about. I got to do activities that I never would have been able to do without camp. I looked forward to going every year. I got to see my sister for a few days in a row, and that was wonderful. When I was at camp, I felt like I was home, safe, and with my family. I am so grateful for that feeling you guys gave me. The feeling of being wanted. From the personalized photo album, to the birthday party at the end of camp, to my camp shirt. Each of these things made me feel like someone cared. I can't tell you how bad I needed that feeling. Getting introduced to things like horses, zip lining, woodworking, fishing, kayaking, and miniature golf are probably things that you won't get introduced to while in group homes and in foster homes. I found a love of many things through your camp. For 1 week of summer, I was surrounded by kids just like me, with grown-ups that made me feel like family. I was able to come out of my shell that I was stuck in the rest of the year. I didn't feel like an outcast at camp. I felt like everyone there understood the unique childhood that is being in foster care. I still remember most of the songs. I still look at my photo books. I don't have my old tapes or shirts, but I really wish that I did. You don't get many photos taken of you in foster care. Some years, those pictures are all I have of my childhood. I grew up to be a very moral person who doesn't really drink, doesn't do drugs. I don't even smoke. I'm married to a wonderful man with a perfect daughter who's about to turn 2. I take a million pictures of her every day. Sometimes her manners are so great they surprise me. I think you would be proud of me and the kind of person and mother I've turned out to be. I owe that in part to Royal Family Kids Camp. It would have been very easy for me to turn out a very different way. Royal Family Kids Camp was like a life raft that kept me from completely drowning in my bad childhood. I could have made the same mistakes my parents did, gone down the same roads and learned how to be a parent from their examples. Royal Family Kids Camp gave me another choice, another example to follow. I'm only realizing as I write this how much of what I am today came from what I experienced at Royal Family Kids Camp. From every inch of my heart and soul, thank you to each of you for what you do. The light you bring into the hearts of these children are sometimes all they have. What you do is so appreciated by former campers like me. Thank you for every second of camp you gave me and every second you give to other kids. It makes a big difference.